Now then, I'm making another cooking video. This one is actually for Rob, because he's the only one who watches my videos. So, I could have shown you how I did it all, the rest of it, but it's basically chicken breast, chicken thighs, onion, tomato, blah blah blah. Little bit of that one, little bit of that one, obviously that one. My secret thing is this one from the Indian restaurant. Sorry, Indian takeaway. Hold on, Indian supermarket. I've had half a drink already, you can tell. But this is what I wanted to show you, mate. That is just a boiled chicken thigh. I had some leftover spinach and carrots in the fridge, so I whacked it in. Boiled that for 2 hours on really low. Look, it's got the bone and the skin and everything in there, right? Because the bone marrow and the collagen from the skin are what give you the complete protein profile. And you really see that in Asia, because they especially the poor people, they get every last bit of nutrition out of the animal that they can. So they boil it all and they make these delicious soups. And then it's the soups then are the base for the meals with meat on top, you see. This is why I know that veganism is bollocks, because protein is highly sought after. I tell you, after 2 months of living in a low protein country, I was craving meat, man. Jesus. Anyway, I'm waffling. So this is the chicken stock. It'll last for 3 or 4 days, but keep it in the fridge or freezer. And I'll show you some really good recipes with it, man. Especially pasta. You can mix that with cream to make a delicious pasta sauce. Whoa. Anyway, I digress. That's just going to simmer away nicely for a minute or two. And then then you can add at this point cream or a bit of yogurt. I'm going to actually add some coconut milk. Taste it for spiciness. I last liked it not spicy, so I just normally put chilies on top of mine. I'm going to add some leftover mushrooms and some spinach that I've got as well. So yeah, one minute. Right, so that's going to go in a minute. These mushrooms here. No, I'll let it simmer for a bit. That reminds me about this story that I heard about the hospital. It was actually one of Lynn's friends, but she was actually a Filipino nurse, and she'd only been working there a week, bless her, and she was so nervous, absolutely terrified to do anything wrong. But she was a great nurse, but she was nervous. You know, she'd only been in the country for a month. Anyway, so she's on the ward. And she's on the elderly ward, and this old man goes to her, nurse, are my testicles black? And she's like, oh God, she's looking around trying to find a doctor. Oh God, there's nobody around. There's only her there. And the guy's like, he's getting impatient. He goes, are my testicles black? She goes, look, I've only worked here a week. I don't know. And he goes, well, can you check? Anyway, so she just wants to do the right thing. So she pulls the covers back, right? Pulls his pants down, right? Guess what? The guy's got a fucking massive dong, right? It's absolutely massive. And she's like, oh, right, okay. She's trying to lift it up and look at his balls at the same time. And it's a 2-hand job, man. She's got to get hold of it with like 2 hands. And she finally fucking lifts it up, and she's looking underneath, right? And she's like, "There's nothing wrong with these testicles at all, I don't think." But I'm not a doctor, obviously, right? And the guy is getting really frustrated at this point. He pulls his mask off like that, and he goes, "Nurse, are my test results back?" Okay, I've got the oh shit! I've got mushrooms in this. I'm gonna put in there the mushrooms in because they were left over from the other day. Now then, the thing with spinach is that you can put all of that bag in really. I like to chop it though before I put it in, like it's a bit smaller, but it really reduces down. So don't worry. You could have that pan overflow like that. That's I'll show you. Oh, I'm just gonna chop it first. There you go. You don't have to chop it. I'm just very particular about everything perfect when it comes to cooking. Right, so let that reduce down, and then when you add that in, and that's it basically done. That stock will last. I'll probably box it up, or you can put it into like a freezer bag. It'll stay on there for 2 to 3 days, completely fine. Up to a week in the fridge, up to a year in the freezer. Boom. And that's bone broth. You've got your collagen and your bone marrow. And your goodness from all the rest of the bajingos. One thing I should mention, because I feel like I'm cheating otherwise, is that one hack that I do, that I didn't tell you, is that I pre-cook the chicken breast and the thigh, right? Just you want to get that Maillard reaction on it. Get it brown first, okay? And what I'll do is, because the thigh, I should be telling you my tricks, but I'm gonna just brown the thigh off 15 minutes in the oven, right? That's before it even starts going in. And if you wanna, and this is what, and I do wanna, just add a little coating of that. It all just adds, man, layer after layer after layer. I shouldn't be telling you my tricks, but I'll try to recreate it and it won't taste nice and you'll wonder why. This video's getting quite long. Right, got the coconut milk in there. And there we go. That's what it looks like when it's almost finished. I'll just let it simmer. The thing with this kind of curry is that it actually tastes better the next day. But don't be scared to even go another day. It's completely fine. Especially if you put it in the fridge. It'll last at least 3 days, probably 4 in the fridge. Right, peace be with you.